Hey, what's up? This is your girl, Taylor Wilde. Welcome back to Wilde On Season 4, the podcast where you get the insider's view of the weird, wild, wonderful world of professional wrestling. On Wednesdays. Today's guest is the female version of professional wrestling's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. She is true to both her dark and light feminine sides. A beautiful monster, not quite dead, not quite alive. Ladies and gentlemen, my girl, Holidead. How did we get to Holidead? Because the thing about women's wrestling is you've either kind of been like a big scary monster or you've been an attractive woman, and now we're coming into this era where women are really representing characters. We're bringing diversity and the talent pool is so rich. Now, I would say that you are a monster meets a beautiful woman, but you're combining both of them. So how did Holidead, how did we get there?
Fucking A, I love that. I love that. I'm a monster, but beautiful at the same time. That's right.
Yeah.
Speak your truth. And it's Holidead. I always say it's like holiday, but dead on the end.
I feel like it's a celebration.
I would love to say it's my brainchild, but I gotta credit my trainers. Big shout out to Gang Grill right here. It was something I was training at my schools. You know, that's when everybody's throwing you ideas. You should do this. You should do this. And I'm taking everybody's idea. I don't know what.
Yeah.
And it was something came up. I'm still green as grass. They're like, hey, we're thinking about doing something. We need somebody to do like a scary gimmick. Can you do it? Like next week, come up with something. I'm like, yeah, sure. Let's come up with something random.
Right.
And so like the original prototype of Holidead was very random. It was like, we need this scary chick to be a part of this scary group. Boom. So that happened. Everybody's like, we love the look or whatever, but there was no direction of like, who is Holidead or whatever. And Gangrel, he was always the one that's like, he knows me a little bit. So he knows I got, like many wrestlers, I got my own issues up there and things and stuff.
Girl.
And he was like, you have to challenge yourself, like go into your dark side. Like you really have to gauge who that is. And you have to make Holidead, that darker side, come out alive in Holidead. And you have to be authentic with whatever you present to the crowd. Because if you're not, they're going to feel it. And, I do have my issues mentally, things that I deal with or whatever. And for me, I always say Holidead is like the Dr. Jekyll to the Mr. Hyde. Like there is two people in here, but, every day, like I can't go around all angry and releasing my anger issues and like beating the crap out of people and just like, but with Holidead, like I can bring that out, like that inner pain, that inner beast, like I can let her be free. And in a wrestling ring, that's all normal and great. If I do that in the regular world, it's like legit, let's strap this chick up, send her away or whatever. So like, I always say Holidead is a part of me. Like on my Instagram, like it's Holidead and I.
Yeah.
I do the wordplay because it's both of us. Like she is me. We are one. Right. I like fans ask like, how long does it take to put on your face paint? I say I don't wear face paint. It's like a mood ring because when shit's time to turn, like that shit starts morphing. I think of it like not as like the light switch. It's like one of those old school ones where the knob is turning. It's just like as shit starts to get more real and real and real. Like she starts to turn up. It's like she's like my Incredible Hulk. We're all good, we're cool, and then some shit happens, and we're turning up, then we bring it back down. So
I love that. So that's really, really organic. So it's not just about playing a character. It's not like I just have to fit this role to be this kind of like monstrous type female professional wrestler. This is an extension of who you are, and that's the most organic character any of us can play is who maybe you really want to be, or the demons that you have to bury real deep, you get to release in a really healthy way every time you step in the ring. And I think that's beautiful.
Word. Oh, you a wordsmith. You said that. Yes. Bringing those demons to life. And then art truly does imitate life. And for a lot of us wrestling, the ring, that's our canvas. We go in there to paint and do our art.
This is very much a professional wrestling podcast, but this is a podcast about mental health. I've been on a real big spiritual journey, and people hear spirituality and they think, oh, love and light and hippies, and that's not it at all. Being on a spiritual journey means you've hit rock bottom. You've hit rock bottom probably more than once, but you've hit it so deep that you are looking at your demons and you have to start facing them head on. You have to start healing.
Oh, it's
And
therapy. Oh, telling me about my. I feel like I'm being told about myself. Like, oh man, you're getting that shit on the head. Oh,
well, that's the thing with this business, and all of us, male, female, non-binary, fluid, whatever you want to be, we are not right in the head, but together we are united. And I've never met you before, but obviously we get it.
we are
um
not right. No, you. Oh, I felt like it was a therapy session. You're like, one day you gotta really confront those demons. Like, so I love wrestling that it is giving me that space to do that. But
yeah,
outside of that and behind all that, I know that I do gotta confront that shit and all the things and stuff outside of the art form. And it's a
yeah,
whole another chapter. But it's gonna flow with how the questions go. But
sure,
therapist over here
yeah.
doing it.
So for me, where my spiritual practice kind of gets, woo woo or a bit weird, is I really resonate with the practice of witchcraft and grounding myself and believing in like tarot and intuition. And I do rituals. Like I burn shit. I write shit down. I have lots of practices, and that's tapping in to like my divine feminine, because my whole life I've been living in the masculine. And you live in the masculine, you're hiding something. You're protecting, you're putting that shield because you didn't get that from whatever reason in your childhood. So you become that. You become the man that you never had. Do you have any spiritual practices that you use to keep yourself grounded, whether it's like crystals or meditation or anything weird? Weird is welcome.
I don't think so. I mean, I probably do need some spiritual practices. No, just being honest,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
I mean, like I meditate every now and then. Like, I do different types of like meditative like hypnosis. There's one I've done a couple times. There's like it lets you meet your higher self and like
Oh,
you talk to
wow.
it like. And I've never like been a believer of like being hypnotized, but I feel like
Sure.
it's deeper than just like on the surface of like going somewhere, somebody puts a fucking clock and da da da. Like it's
Yeah.
it's all in the mental, and like the brain is a very intricate piece of our body or whatever. But when I did that, like I actually saw it. Like I saw my higher self. We talked, we chatted, and I was like, okay, this is real. But it's not something like I can do every day or whatever. Like I have
Sure.
to
Sure.
go to it, and then like it'll wait a couple months down the line. Like if I feel something's about to happen, or if
Mm-hmm.
I'm just lost or something, like I will do that just to like try to tap in. Like what the fuck, where are we going? What am I supposed to be doing? Meditation helps, but my brain is all over the place sometimes. So sometimes I cannot just chill the fuck out, and
Yep.
sometimes it doesn't work. I do enjoy a lot of iron therapy.
Yep. That's good too.
Again, as mentioned, I have a little anger issue sometimes. So I don't know. I enjoy a good fucking pump. Like I like to lift. I'm a meathead. I like to lift heavy ass weights. That shit releases endorphins and
Yeah.
something, and that is very therapeutic for me as well.
That's good. No, and I think that's like a real yin to the yang. Like some people say meditation is an everyday practice. I'm with you. I have trouble sitting still. Sometimes I find meditation and movement. That's when I can calm myself. I got to move to focus my mind. If I just sit there, I'll be like you. I'm like, I'm hungry, or, what's on TV, or, you know what I mean? It's just, I struggle. But that journey to find your higher self, like that is something
That's deep. It's like,
that
yeah.
changes the naysayer in you, because that's what I personally believe is spirituality, is finding one with your higher self. And it's different than religion, because you're
Hmm.
not praying to anyone specific, you're not abiding by a guide of rules, you're just trying to be the best version of you. And like that is a gift to the world. That is being better for your neighbor, or whatever Catholicism and Christianity tries to preach. So I think that's good. And like, yeah, you got to pound that shit out. If you're angry, you got to
Oh,
hit shit.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I'm angry a lot. I try not to be. I'm trying to be better, trying to change, be on the brighter side of life and things and stuff. It's a journey, though. It's a journey. It
It's
won't happen overnight.
Yep. So Gangrel is amazing. Obviously, he was the catalyst that started you into this gimmick, which is fucking epic. I think what you're doing is great because you're carving out this niche for other women that they don't have to follow column A or column B or fit into a box. They can be what they want to be, like, and there's a career for you. But what I've noticed with your gimmick actually is, like, arguably as you get more famous, as you get more recognized, your gear is actually expanding opposed to getting smaller. So is this a conscious decision? Like, I look at everything kind of from like a feminist,
Hmm.
more or less a feminist standpoint. So in my mind, I'm going, okay, well, she's got it cracked. She realizes that she doesn't have to show this to give this. You know what I mean? So was
I'm
that a
about to
conscious
kill that.
decision?
I'm about to kill all that real quick. See, like I wish everything was like so deep, and I could be like, yeah, I'm this deep, and yeah, this is why I do this. Nah, nah, nah.
I'm
No.
giving you too much credit, eh?
So it wasn't that. So like I enjoyed like my previous gear. And
Yeah.
like for those that know me, I got the deadliest thighs in the game. I got a lot going in the lower half. And
Okay.
people always say you got to show off the money maker or whatever. I had no problem wearing the two pieces or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was something I just wanted to try like once. I never ever wanted to wear a bodysuit. Like I was like, ugh.
Oh.
I No offense to anyone out there for what I'm about to say again. I'm a meathead, and I always tell my friends like, if it's ever time for me to wrestle in a t-shirt, like let me fucking know. Like tell me to get my shit together.
Yeah.
And so like it was just something I wanted to try once. Like I actually like the gear maker I had that's been doing my body pieces. I wanted to do like a recreation of Spawn. I want to do the exact same thing as Spawn. And then
Okay.
like I love my gear maker. When I talked to her, she was like, "Are you sure you want to do Spawn? Like we can do like your own version of Spawn, but like make it about you." And she's like, "What do you like?" And I was like, "I like knives." And so like if you look at the gear, like a lot of it like are knife shapes. And so she's
Yeah.
like, "Let's make it about
Sure.
you." So it's a play off Spawn, but it's the Holidead version of Spawn. And like the
Okay.
first time I put it on, I was like, "Oh fuck! Like this is a bodysuit. And this is hitting." I'm like,
Yeah.
and then no, that was it. And I messaged my gear maker. I was like, "Hey, we're making like a whole bunch more of these, right?" And like, yeah, I'm pretty much like changing my whole wardrobe now. Like,
It's great.
no, I wanted to work out to a point where I take off less just because I want to show it off. But now I'm
Sure.
covering it up.
Yeah. No, I think, and then I think there's power behind that. It's like, I feel like we're going kind of back to that like 1950s, almost like one piece grandma suits. So here you are with the bodysuit. It's like, okay, what's old is new again. And I think it's good. I like it.
It's not like shrewd or anything, and it's still like
Yeah.
it's like it pulls, like it's tight on everything, and it does complement the things I got going on and stuff. So like
Yeah.
it works. It does
Well, at
its
least
job.
it's a bodysuit. Like, it's essentially a leotard. You're not leaving
Yeah, yeah,
anything to the
yeah. No, yeah.
imagination.
Nothing left to anybody's imagination at all. Like God, the first time I wore that, like it was in an all women's locker room, and you would have think it would have been a men's locker room, like with the comments I was getting. So. So yeah, that's that's that. All
Women are
good stuff though. All good
Yes,
stuff.
of course. So, why the fuck did you choose wrestling?
It is my first love.
Really?
I've told this story, but I'll tell it again.
No, you
Um,
can give me the Cliff's Notes if you feel like it's something you've said
but no,
on repeat.
it's because it's something like I remember, like I can see it, like like somebody's playing a videotape. Like I grew up a tomboy. Like I hung out with the boys and stuff, and like I grew up in a house full of people, and like my older cousin that was like my bigger brother, and he was into wrestling. And I remember the first ever match I saw. It was a squash match. It was Yokozuna against Virgil, and
Oh,
that is the
wow.
match that got me hooked on wrestling. Because it was the
Okay.
theatrics of it. Like when
Yeah.
Virgil first came out, his music hit, and he's all pumped. He's coming out. I remember his red and white shorts. He jumped over the ropes, and I was like, as a kid, I'm like, who is that? I'm like, is he a good guy, bad guy? Just bugging the shit out of my cousin. He's like, oh, it's Virgil. He's a good guy. Like I was excited from his entrance, just that. Then Yokozuna came out. Mr. Fuji comes out waving the flag. I just remember as a kid, he's this big, massive, creature just comes out, and I'm like, as a kid, I remember myself looking. I was like. And I was hitting my cousin like, who is that? Who is that? He's like, oh, that's Yokozuna. He's a bad guy. And like within minutes, he squashed him. And that was it. Like I was
Wow.
hooked. Love at first sight. Bro, I was in the
So,
grass the next days wrestling with the guys. Like it was a wrap. That was it. First
so
love.
it's always been the characters.
Like that's what got me hooked as a kid. People talk shit about the squash matches today, and I mean they're not. I don't think they do what they did in the past or whatever. But that's what
Right.
got me hooked. Just seeing these guys come out in their entrances, 2 minutes of work done, and I'm just like, I need more. I need more. Like yeah, it's my
So
drug of choice. Unfortunately, I would
no.
love to quit it. That's what, yeah. Again, to steal more words from my trainers,
Yep.
it gives me the highest highs, it gives me the lowest lows. I would love to quit it. I say I'm gonna quit it all the time, and here I am. Haven't quit
So
it yet.
what
Yeah.
is it? What is having you toe the line? What's making you want to quit?
Wrestling is a big, big mental fuck,
Oh yeah.
and I think I don't know, coming into it or the longer we get into it, I know we all have like our little fucked up there, and just like because it's not a business that's necessarily based on merit, like. And
Yep.
especially in today's days, like if you look at WWE saying we don't want wrestlers, like
Mhm.
like imagine telling that to somebody that's like been training their whole life, they just want to wrestle. It's like, we don't want actual wrestlers. We don't want people that want to do this. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's like a shot to the heart. Like, and it's not a business that it doesn't matter how hard you work, and like it sometimes it matters whose ass you're kissing, who you're going to
Yep.
bed with at night. Like, if you're gonna get that push or you're gonna get that contract offer, like I'm not that way, and I wasn't raised or trained that way, and so like it's and there's been opportunities where I could have slept with this person or I could have kissed this person's ass and be here.
Mhm.
And it's like that's not me, and it's like that's not. I just want to do fucking good wrestling. I want to do good business. I want to do shit the right way and like rise off of that, but that is not how our business goes. I mean, it's a lot of other businesses like that, but we put our bodies on the line as well.
Yep.
And Gangrel said like every time we take a bump, that's the equivalent of us being in a car crash. So like we're already fucking ourselves up, our bodies and mentally. Like it's only so much of that you can take. And I don't even know what the question was anymore. I was going off.
No, no. No, no. It's not about talent. It's not about work ethic. There's still a lot of politics. It's not the most honest ways to get the upper hand in the business. But yeah, it's definitely part of it. I like to believe that it's changed a little bit, but that side of it will always be there, of course.
And I feel like it's more so that I see people that I know are like shitty fucking human beings that rise to
Hmm.
the top,
Yes.
and the good people just like every now and then I'll see one or two, and then I see how they get treated, and I'm like, like why do I want to fucking keep doing this? And then I do it, and I'm like, this is why I want to do this. And then, up and down
Yeah.
roller coaster, highs and lows.
And I hate to say it, but I think that goes on for a long time.
No.
if not always. But it
Yeah.
keeps drawing you back in, and that's kind of what you got to go with. Like you said, you got to really enjoy the highs and brace for the lows and just keep trying to remember, why do I love this? Why do I do this? Cuz the good times are fucking epic when they are
They
good.
are, and I'm always in my fucking head. Like that's something I'm really really been trying to do this year. Just like and because like I had a really bad injury at the end of last year, and like and I mean about injuries, like once you have it, it's something that's reoccurring, and so like
Yep.
I'm honestly just trying to make it through the year, and then like so, and you realize like how easily something can be taken away from you, and so like I've been trying to do that, like enjoy the moment, but my mind is always like, okay, that's cool. What's next? What am I gonna do next? So like I never just sit the fuck down and be like, yo, you're in fucking Europe. Yo, you're in Japan. Like, enjoy this shit. Soak it in. Don't worry about the next fucking booking or this and that. Like, and that's always been my problem. Like, I've never been able to sit and enjoy. And it's taking some friends, some good friends in the business, be like, yo, you're fucking good. You're doing this. You're going
Yes.
here. Go and
Yep.
fucking enjoy this shit. Shut the
Yep.
fuck up. Sit down. Relax. Yeah.
Well, I would
Sorry. That's
agree with
what.
that. No, no, you have done a lot, and I will say that, life passes you by fast, and you can still be a go-getter, you can still be, next thing, next thing, next thing, but try to take a breath. Try to be like, I'm at MLW or
It's
I'm in
hard.
Japan. Oh, I
Oh,
know.
please.
And I'm preaching like I really do. Well, I think I do it better myself now because I've slowed down in all facets of my life. But when you've got your trajectory in front of you, you've got a goal, and it's really hard to not, you know, slow down. Your next thing. Okay, I've done that. Now what?
Yeah.
So
And then
what
like
is?
social media, like
Oh
it
yeah.
it's a gift and a curse. Like, like in today's age, you don't have to send out tapes and shit. You just put all your stuff on social
Yep.
media, but also like it has you second guessing yourself like so much. Like
Sure.
I try to stay off. So if anybody knows, if you try to message me, I'm terrible at getting back. I try to stay off social media because like you can be doing great and be admired by your peers and all this, and then somebody can go write one bad thing about you and then retweet, and then you're just like you're mind fucking yourself. Like, damn, do I suck?
Yeah,
Am
I
I not
agree.
that good? And this and that. And it's like it's all the mental. It just breaks you down.
It is. It's
I
and
still need that next hit. So
just remember, love or hate you, they're still talking about you, so you're doing something right. Just remember where that shit is coming from. You're doing the damn thing. You're doing it. They are, they're doing what they're supposed to do. Haters are supposed to hate, so they're hating. But
man, I'm just hiring you for like therapy sessions, like on it. You're saying all the things I need to hear. Yeah.
no, it's
We should have
good.
did this long time ago. What took
I
us so long?
know. I know. We can do this again too. You just call me girl. We're friends forever now. You can always
There
call
we
me.
go. There we go.
So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What is your ultimate goal? And you don't have to say a company, but are you chasing a contract? Are you looking to go work a place? Like where do you see yourself?
That that's a tough question just because typically I do like have goals for wrestling and I write down every year. Again, like I said, the end of last year I had a really bad injury and it took me out
Right.
for a while, and it's something that is kind of reoccurring. It is something that it could put me like on the shelf forever. So it's like, so I'm trying to make it through the year. Like I'm
Sure.
not die. Like because at the beginning of this year I thought I might not be wrestling.
Mm.
Like it was the beginning of this year was very fucking hard. Like I took like 2-3 months off, and that was like extremely hard, like financially,
Yeah.
because I do actually pay my bills with wrestling. So those of
Okay.
you indie wrestler haters out there, we all don't make $40 and a hot dog. Some people do like, make a living off this, and I realize how quick, my bank account, like how much money I do make off wrestling. It's like, oh, and then mentally just not being able to be out there and do what I love and just having to sit and wait, like that was a very big mind fuck. So like when I got okayed, and like one of the first things I did was go like to Europe this year, and Thunder Rosa was like, "Hey, I want you to like relax and fucking enjoy this time, like while you're out there, like taking the moment." So like that's something I'm just trying to do, like with every opportunity I have, and just all these platforms that I'm still alive. Like I'm just trying to enjoy the moment with the good people that are there, and like and soak it all in because it could be gone tomorrow. Like I don't know goal wise, like it's really hard to say because I didn't know if I would be able to wrestle this year, and I don't. I hope I can finish the year out and things don't go bad again. I'm been working with some good companies, Mission Pro, Women's Wrestling Army, MLW. Hopefully I'll go back to the UK sometime later this year. Stay tuned.
Let's do a speed round. I'm going to do my top 10 tailor-made questions.
Oh shit.
It's not like you got to go fast. I want to hear the more you've got to your answers, the better. So let's just go.
Okay, I'm
Ready?
nervous. Okay.
Okay. Name one beauty product you cannot live without.
Posca markers. Posca paint markers. Posca paint markers.
And mic drop. That's it. Quiz over.
Oh, I gotta be honest. I don't own a purse. I can't say that I own many beauty products
Hey,
outside of wrestling.
Deodorant's a beauty product. Body wash,
okay.
body lotion. We don't have to get girly with it. I asked the boys the same questions. What is your favorite exercise?
Deadlifts, baby. The heavier, the better.
What's your personal best on a deadlift?
Oh shit. I'm not a poser. I don't know, just because like I have a messed up knee, so like I honestly don't do a lot of heavy legs. It's like
Yep.
every now and then I will, like I do like a lot of water stuff nowadays,
cool.
just because my joints. But I do like to get my deadlift. I can't. It's hard to say my personal best because I haven't.
Yep.
I can't do heavy legs. Unfortunately, it's sad I can't do a lot of heavy legs. I got a shitty knee wrestling. Yay.
Welcome to the life of wrestlers.
Yeah,
That you gave the best wrestling answer. It's like, I love deadlifts, but I can't fucking lift much because I'm
can't
broken.
do a lot of them. I love them, but I can't.
What is your pet peeve?
Small talk. Like we can be in a vicinity. We might not have nothing to talk about, and that is okay. We can sit there in fucking silence. If we don't have a natural conversation flowing, I don't need to talk about the weather to you, what's outside. Like, I'd rather not. Let's just sit in existence and no, yeah.
I'm actually like, I am your kindred sister on that, because I will know more about your childhood trauma and I couldn't tell you what your favorite movie is, because I have that thing that it's like that like empathic skill, which is a curse and a blessing, but I am incapable of small talk. I don't give a shit about the weather.
if it's like legitimate small talk that like casually comes along, but if you feel like we gotta have some conversation just because we're right here, just like, nah, you be there existing, I'll be here. If something comes up, cool. If not,
I like it.
Force it.
Just be real. Just be real. Who is your celebrity crush?
Ooh, Idris Elba.
Oh, nice. I like that.
I will say, as a kid though, like when I say I fuck with the dark side, like Undertaker was hot back in the day, like, you know?
I don't know why. I was like, she's gonna say Undertaker or Kane. I just feel it.
Like, he was hot in the back in the fucking day, and everybody loves the fucking biker Undertaker. Fuck that. Give me Ministry Taker hanging motherfuckers on his fucking tee, sacrificing. Like, I really fuck with the dark side. Like, that was my shit. Even when he got the little fucking Lucifer beard and the little like man bun, like, I was rocking with that shit.
That's really funny. It's a good answer.
Just say.
Woo. What is your favorite band or artist?
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye. Oh, I like it. Retro.
Yeah. It's one of those people you gotta like put like legit headphones on and listen. Like, and people don't know this, but he would do like all the vocals, like when it's different parts in the songs, like he would sing all that shit. Like, that's some fucking talent right there. There's a video of him singing, and he's like smoking a blunt, and he's singing, but like his vocals, like they're just practicing. He's just laying on the couch, and all that shit is just flowing. If anybody out there wants to get hip on Marvin Gaye, listen to "I Want You." Put like good headphones on and just fucking flow. Like, you will disappear in that song. It was just like.
That's what I'm doing when we're done our conversation, obviously. Do you have a secret vice, like drinking wine in the shower?
No, that no one.
There you go.
No one in the world. No.
Okay, what wrestler has the best entrance music?
I don't want to say best, but if we can go back to Undertaker's WrestleMania 13 entrance, like when the fucking Druids came out and they've all had like the fire things, and he came under, he had that cape with like the little head thing in the back. I dug that. Okay. There's more, but I can't think of it off the top. Wow.
That's okay. It puts pressure on you, but yeah,
you
came up with something.
I'm gonna think of something like after this is over. Be mad.
Okay.
So I'm like,
just send me a message. We'll talk about it. It's fine.
I mean, we gotta go with Gangrel. Like, come on.
Oh, Gangrel.
Fire brood come up under. Got the blood thing.
There you go.
I'm gonna tell something. I don't know if he wants me to say it. Like, people are always like, yeah, like I love your music. You come out there rocking too. He's like, yeah, I'm not really rocking. I'm just grizzled. So, I'm just like,
just in pain.
But he always said you gotta have music that you can walk to. Like, you have to feel your music. So that's something he always said. And
I was gonna say, you could always say your music. You can always say your music is the best.
I mean, my entrance used to be cool, but I had to switch it up because things and stuff. Yeah, things gotta switch it up.
All right. What is your drink of choice?
Jack Daniels.
Ooh, whiskey. Southern
Jack
whiskey.
and Coke, Jack and Ginger, or Apple Jack, which is Jack Daniels, a little bit of apple juice.
Ooh,
Apple Jack.
fancy.
You gotta have the right blend, though. You gotta have the right mixture. Apple Jack, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What has been your most embarrassing moment in the ring?
I mean, in my earlier days, there was one. Pretty sure like this thing was out for like a
Oh,
good
yeah.
little something. It was like somebody was like, "Hey," I was like, "Holy shit," you know. But luckily, this was like I was still training.
Yeah.
People in the audience were respectable enough not to take pictures. I didn't see shit on the internet, so like, all right. Only people in
Good.
the audience saw a little boob. It was out. I wrestled forward out for like 30 seconds, and somebody was like, "Hey, all right, yeah." So I guess we'll
Good.
go with that. Don't
Perfect.
repeat that.
Where can our listeners find you on the interwebs? What are your social media handles?
Interwebs have a Facebook fan page, Holidead, like the name Holidead. You can also find me there on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram. It is Holidead and I, 3 words all together. If you are listening, Holidead and I, we are one. If you want some Holidead merch, you can go to storefrontier.com/Holidead. Yeah, Facebook, Twitter, IG, YouTube, merchandise. I think those are all the places I am.
Perfect. Okay, last one. Finish this lyric. And when I get this feeling, I won't.
Sexual healing, sexual
Sexual. Woo!
healing, baby. Did you have that planned out? Was that, or did
Whenever
you
I
do
do,
that last minute?
I always do it last minute.
Ah, okay. I was like, wait a minute.
I'm
I know
like,
she's a telepath, and I was like,
I'm
hold
like,
up.
I'm a bit psychic, not that psychic though.
I was like, wait a minute. What's going on? Is you fucking with me? What's happening right now?
I actually haven't laughed that hard in a really long time. I will say it really speaks to my soul on a totally different level. Speaking to these bare knuckle, MMA, UFC fighters, because we're all so bonded on the same levels. I feel like whether you got into professional wrestling or you got into, air quotes, real fighting, we all have these similar backgrounds. We're all healing from some sort of trauma, and we're solving that trauma by doing, by fighting, by living in our masculine. And then you see people like Crystal Pittman and Teresa Sweetheart who are very much living in their masculine and living in their feminine, opening this whole new world of professional fighting to women, because historically to this point, women who fight in MMA have been, I would say, way more on the masculine side. So now this pendulum is swinging both ways, where you're seeing more masculine professional female wrestlers and you're seeing more feminine professional MMA fighters, and it's a really amazing time in women's fight sport. And if you're liking everything that Wilde On is bringing you weekly, please don't be shy and DM me on my Instagram or Twitter. Let me know about what you think. Tell me about divine feminine and masculine, and ask me questions and just say hello, because I love to hear from my listeners. My Instagram and Twitter are both at Real Taylor Wilde. That's Wild with an E. And until next week, stay calm and wild on.